the same job all the time. You can try pivoting to something different. Make a mid-career switch. And the individuals, our clients we talk to, a lot of times when we tell them that you can make a mid-career switch, they get a bit worried sometimes. They go like, oh, but is it risky? Is it dangerous?
Comfort level as well, right?
Comfort zone, am I skilled up for it? Financially, is there a risk? So today I thought it'd be nice to talk about mid-career switches and pivoting.
And this is also what you're going to be speaking about on the 19th of April, right?
Yes. So on the 19th of April, we are having a mid-career magic workshop where we're talking to, we're having a full-day workshop here at SPH Auditorium where we're going to talk about mid-career switches. We're going to talk about how to pivot, how to hold a portfolio career. And if you just want to stay in your own job, how to progress your career. Tickets are available still, not many left, but you can hurry up and make your booking on careeragility.org/KISS95, KISS92 FM.
All right.
Yes.
So, I just want to say 31 years I've been doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Why are so many people getting sick and tired of what they're doing after maybe 5, 10, 15 years?
Yes, correct. And a lot of times people think that a career switch means I have to do a total flip into something totally different. Like maybe I start the childcare center or I do something totally different. But pivoting means that you do something adjacent, something that you're already good at, possibly.
Not something completely new.
Yeah, or even in your own current role, how do I extend to do something different? Like what you guys did. You're always evolving. You're moving from not just on radio, but you're doing the online piece.
You're right.
Yeah.
So
it's
that's
parallel.
as well.
Same but different.
Yes,
Yeah.
same but different.
Same but different. Okay, let's continue to talk to Adrian on The Big Show TV. Up next, SZA and Kendrick Lamar. This is 30 for 30 on KISS 92. Yeah, so same but different.
Yeah, because for us, our hosting is either it's on air, it's in front of the TV, it's on screen, it's on stage, it's in front of people, but it's still in front of. That's usually what we do. Yeah.
And the theme for you guys is, it's you're communicating.
Yeah.
And you're entertaining as well. Entertaining people, making their day. And it's lovely because you still get to do what you love to do, albeit in a different format, albeit in a different platform.
But there are some mid-career switches that we've heard of, especially 5 years ago during the COVID period, right? Where people were say bankers and then they went into baking and then they continued doing that. That's a complete switch.
And that's scary and risky. And we know that the failure rate is high for those. So that's why when we talk about pivoting, we try not to recommend making too drastic a switch. We've seen people who have done what you say from banking to baking. I know this guy in 2018. He pivoted from banking to singing.
Oh, how's that going? He's back in banking.
He's back in banking.
Because after a while, if you're not built for it, right, then you get tired of singing. And it's the same thing. Many people think I'm sick of my job. I want to go into the entertainment industry.
Yes.
I want to be an actor. I want to be a radio presenter. I want to, sing, in pubs and, but it's not easy, you see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very soon they'll realize, hey, I can't sustain this.
And you need a lot of freedom funding
Money.
to do that. Money.
Yes,
I say
correct,
freedom fund because
Yeah.
you have always taught us to have a freedom fund, you have to be stacked up for 6 months or a year or
more,
something, right?
Yeah.
If you have that and you want to go play around with singing or baking, then it's okay. But if you don't have that freedom fund, then where's money coming
the
from?
The freedom fund is going to be finished.
Yeah.
Very soon. But you brought up a very interesting point because, Glenn, when you mentioned about doing something like that, a lot of times that follows from someone telling them, you must follow your passion.
Yeah.
Your passion is singing, you got to do it, And we always say on this show, don't follow your passion unless you have a lot of money, like what you said, freedom fund.
I mean, you take my dad, for example. I'll cook like a Hokkien mee or something back in the day when I was eating meat, right? He'd be like, oh, you should open a stall. I'm like, Dad, this is one dish. I'll make a carbonara. He's like, oh, you should open a stall. I'm like, it's not that easy. And I don't want to be slogging it,
Yeah. No,
Be a hawker.
No.
It's terrible. It's a terrible lifestyle. It's so much sacrifice you got to make for the hawker.
It's a chosen lifestyle.
It's a chosen lifestyle.
It's a chosen lifestyle.
Yeah.
I think a lot
But
of...
you look at her. Would she have been a hawker? She would
Absolutely
have opened a proper restaurant.
An atas restaurant.
Yes, probably. Air air-conditioned hawker stall.
So one of the things we always tell people, if you're making a mid-career switch or if you're pivoting, don't do a pivot that's totally unrelated to what you've been doing. And the worst advice is still don't just follow your passion blindly, because you may have the passion but you may not have the talent for it. See, so don't try it. Unless and even if you're really good at it, you might not be able to monetize it. It's just terrible.
My Hokkien Mee. Oh, which one? Oh, the message I sent you.
Yeah, that's right. So a lot of times, if you want to try if you want to try your hand at running a business, then you have you better make sure that you've tried the business before. You have some level of experience in that area, rather than starting a totally new business which you have no domain knowledge over, you have no experience in, you don't know anything about the business, and you just go and try.
That's for the young ones just starting out, right?
Yes,
I mean,
correct.
to do that.
Yeah. If you're young and you don't have much to risk, it's not. So I'm always very cautious when people ask me, Adrian, should I start a business? And I always say, if you have to ask that question, don't. Because
really?
you don't have the confidence of, you're asking me, should I start a business? If you have the idea, if you have it running and it works, you won't be asking me that. Say, Adrian, I'm going to start a business.
There's a difference.
So if Adrian, should I start a business? Should I go into this? I say, well, you can always explore, but if you're asking me whether you should quit your job to start a new business now, no, don't. It means you don't have enough confidence. You're seeking validation.
Yeah.
Yeah, still in that validation stage.
We have Kamlesh who messaged in on Facebook saying, how do we convince employers to give us a chance when we maybe want to switch careers or maybe switch roles?
And that's a good question. It depends on whether it's your own boss or a new company you want to work with. If you want to convince your own boss that you want to switch roles, I think it's easier than asking a total stranger that, hey, I want to join your company and do something totally different. So I think convincing your own boss, basically building a relationship with him and acquiring the skills so that he knows that it's not a high-risk move.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so what are some examples of successful pivots that you may have?
So for my own story, I pivoted from headhunting into career coaching and career strategy consulting. So it's an adjacent pivot. We still talk about careers. We still talk about people's jobs. We talk about a lot of overlapping skills. When I was headhunting, I was training my candidates how to conduct interviews, how to go to interviews, how to position themselves, how to create their own career strategy, and how to land a job. So when I decided to pivot over to the other side, where individuals were, where we help individuals to run their own careers, it's an adjacent skill set.
Are you much happier?
Oh yes.
Why though?
I was getting bored with headhunting. I'd been doing it for over a decade, and it's not as fun as it used to be.
But you still but you're not doing the headhunting, but you're prepping people to be hunted.
Yes,
almost,
correct.
right?
Yeah, so it's an adjacent, and it's more fun. We've been doing it for the past 8 years already, and how time flies. It's amazing, and the number of people we've helped is just amazing as well.
So why don't you find jobs for individuals then and take a commission? Can
Is
you
that
do
element
that?
still there? Yeah, can you do that?
We can do that, but a lot of people, when it's coming out from their pocket to pay for, because the rates are very high. So when we do a headhunting job, you charge a company, the company doesn't mind paying you the high fee because it's as much as 20-30%.
Oh, so is that what it is?
Of what? Yeah.
So
The
you know,
person's total salary, annual salary.
Annual salary.
Annual salary.
Wow.
So you know, I mean, before we used to see a lot of ads in the papers and all that, like these personnel companies, right? I mean, if you're looking for a job, you go to them,
like an agency almost.
Yeah, and they will look for
Suitable
something,
jobs, yeah.
right,
Yeah.
for you. So was that? Is that what headhunting is?
That's similar.
No.
Those are recruitment companies, yeah.
Okay.
So they put an ad and they will claim 20 to 25% commission for
Of-
every individual of the annual salary.
Also,
Of the annual salary.
what for the recruitment companies?
The recruitment companies will claim that fee, the search fee, from the company that they are placing the person into.
Oh, so let's say I get $24,000 a year. Let's say I get $2,000 a month, $24,000 a year, and a recruitment company has found me a job.
Basically, they get about 2 or 3 months of your salary from the company.
From the company, okay.
So if you extend it further, like for me, I placed C-suite individuals where the salaries are a lot higher, so the commissions are a lot better. So companies don't mind paying that to get the right talent for the organization, but an individual may not want to sacrifice 3 months of his salary just to land something. It's more painful for him rather than for the company. So for that reason, individuals usually are less willing to pay a landing fee.
But headhunters work for companies, not individuals, right?
Yes,
yeah.
correct.
So let's say you work for a bank. You're working for the bank to find the right person.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for us, our clients come to us, we help them land jobs. We don't guarantee jobs for them, but we improve their chances, and they engage us and pay us for the training and the hand-holding and the coaching, but we don't guarantee jobs.
But you don't get a cut of their pay.
We don't get a cut of their pay. So we just help them as career partners, we call it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's quite fun.
It's a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good industry if you work for a huge company like a bank or a fintech company or something.
Oh,
and and you headhunt.
Okay, let's go back on air.
Yeah.
Something makes me scared, alright. This could be nothing, but I'm willing to give it a try. Please give me something. Someday I might know my heart, know my heart, know my heart.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the PIE towards the airport, look out for a broken down vehicle after the BKE. Also on the AYE towards Tuas after Clementi Avenue 6's exit, another vehicle has broken down. If you're in the CTE tunnel heading towards the AYE, look out after the Bukatima Road exit. Another vehicle is having trouble there. Wherever you are this morning, stay safe.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. It's Thursday's edition of the show, and that's why we have Adrian Choo from Career Agility International with us today. We're talking about mid-career pivoting. Now, why are so many people unhappy in their positions or in their careers, Adrian? Has it got to do with their management? Has it got to do with how their company is being run?
Yeah, there's so many reasons, right? I think again, 2 key reasons why I think that people are unhappy in their jobs. One is our attention spans have grown much shorter. I mean, thanks to TikTok and all those. I always joke with my friends. No one reads a book anymore.
I do.
Very few people. the precious few, like
that's
I haven't read a book in a while, actually.
Yeah, it's really, really nice to read a book before you go to bed. That's when I like to read.
I watch Netflix before I go to bed.
Yeah, no, I cannot get. I feel like when I'm on my phone, I get so overstimulated that my mind literally feels like I can't shut down.
It just keeps going on.
It just keeps going on because you're constantly like just scrolling, right?
Or you watch Teletubbies before going to bed.
That might help. Yeah, Shalini has not found that a way to put her to sleep yet.
And then you close your eyes.
You get nightmares.
And you hear
tipsy.
And then you wake up.
So a lot of times people, like, I've been spending like 8 years or even 4 years in this job, and I want something different. I want something more challenging. I want a different change in scenery. So that could be a reason why. It also, one of the common reasons now is also that there are lots of disruptions out in the market, and jobs are at risk, industries are at risk. So individuals are going like, maybe I shouldn't be in this space anymore because I'm seeing everyone else, all my competitors, the competitor companies to my company, they are all retrenching, downsizing. Mine could be next. So what else can I pivot into? What else can I do a mid-career switch into? And that's why lots of options available, but lots of pitfalls as well.
Okay,
Very
we keep
scary.
talking about mid-career. But how long do you have to be in your career to be able to call it mid-career? Because, you have this maybe Gen Zers or millennials. They're like, I've been doing this for 5 years. I need a mid-career switch. And you're like, but you still have so much more to go, right?
That's true. Our definition of mid-career is actually anywhere from 30 to about even 50.
30 years old
30,
to 50.
Because
Okay.
once your career started, you're already kind of in the midst of it. So mid-career could be anywhere in your early 30s.
Okay.
Rather than the strict definition, which is 40. I think
That's like midlife as
this
well.
is
isn't
midlife.
it?
This is more midlife. Mid-career means that you just started a couple of years, and you have that mid-career question. And I think it's good. It's a good exercise. Every couple of years, ask yourself, will my job still be around in the next 5 years? And if the answer is no, will AI take over? Will some younger, better-looking person, cheaper, come in and displace me? And if the answer is yes, then it's time for you to start thinking, what then can I do?
Okay.
And,
All right.
and that's why we are trying our best to let as many people know about how to make a good and safe mid-career switch.
All right. A reminder also to use your skills future credits.
Yes.
Because there are a few things you can learn. I mean, look, it's not like you're going to go into, those careers. I mean, because there's so many of these courses available, right?
Too many. Too many.
But it's nice to, just take up something new.
And to have a new
Maybe
skill, yeah.
distract you a little bit before you make such a vital decision,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Okay, let's continue to talk to Adrian on The Big Show TV. It's 8:20.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought
Because I think sometimes people are very rash. They're like, I'm
Yes,
really unhappy at
yes,
work right
yes.
now. I like this. I'm just going to go for it. And then after a few weeks, a few months, they regret it.
Yeah.
Winston's got a question. He's asking, would mid-career pivoting have a pivot by date? Like if you're 55, it's already too late, or is it more about appetite?
Well, I think there's no hard and fast expiry date. If you want to pivot, make sure that it's the right pivot. There are different pivots at different stages in your career. Where maybe if you are in your 50s and your kids are kind of independent already, then you can travel a bit more. Maybe perhaps you don't have to stick around and look after them, or maybe they just don't want you around in the house anymore. Then maybe you can pivot to a job which has a bit more regional travel, where there's more regional coverage. So I think there are different strategies at different phases or seasons in your life and your career. So I think you can pivot at any point in time, as long as it makes sense as a strategy to it. And I like what Glenn said earlier. If you're not careful and you pivot due to emotional or frustration, that's one of the most dangerous things to do, actually.
Yeah.
So never with your heart, always with your head.
Yeah, and I think always get advice. And I'm a very strong proponent of go and try it out, go and find out. I know individuals who I know this teacher, 37-year-old teacher. She heard somewhere that graphics design and being able to design user interfaces and everything was a big thing. And
Yeah.
she tried to do it. She quit her job and she went to take up a 9-month course on it. Turns out that it was not as fun as she thought it would be, and so she's back to teaching, which is fine. But it's, once again, don't listen to people telling you that, hey, you should try this, hey, you must do that, hey, your cooking is so good, you should open up a restaurant, like what you said.
And
right?
maybe for her, this teacher, she may not have been required to quit. She could have just tried the courses maybe on the weekend to see if she really liked it, and then she could have carried her career on,
So
right?
I was quite cheeky with her, so I asked her.
You're quite cheeky.
Very
Careful
cheeky,
now.
very cheeky. So I told her, was that pivot an excuse? Just because you didn't like your job
or
anymore?
bored or something, yeah.
It's an excuse. It's just an excuse to do it. If it is, then then maybe you might want to take a sabbatical and try something different. But I find quitting your job to try something different rather than trying to figure out what's next, what's right for you, what's next for you, a bit risky.
Are employers open to employees taking sabbaticals?
Actually, they are, nowadays.
Okay.
A lot of multinational companies, if you just say that, okay, I want to take a sabbatical 3 months. Okay.
And it means that your job will be waiting for you when you come back, right? Is that a guarantee?
In theory, yeah. But I always question, if you can disappear for 3 months and no one's going to notice you missing, or no one's going to replace you.
Is that position really?
I'll be a bit nervous.
Yeah.
But there are companies that if you put up your hand and say, no, okay, I think I'm browning out.
Yeah.
Burnt out. I'm browning out. I need to break. Can I just take a 3-month sabbatical or 1 month sabbatical? Yeah, and it's basically unpaid leave.
Yeah, but you're still
Kind of on the payroll.
you're still employed.
Yeah, which means that you're still like covered for the medical
Okay.
insurance and everything.
Okay.
You're still on payroll, but you're not being paid.
Yeah.
So you can take that sabbatical for 3 months. Depends on the company. Some companies will just cut you off and say, okay, you
Come back.
You reapply for your job in 6 months' time.
Yeah.
If it's still open, you can come. And I know there are some companies that are quite nice. They would, if you've worked like 8 years in a company, they will give you a 6-month sabbatical entitlement at half the salary.
The what? They even pay you for that?
Yeah.
Oh my.
So some companies do that. It all depends. I mean, it's one way of rewarding long-term employees.
It depends on how long you've been there
Yeah, correct.
and how vital you are to the
Yeah,
company.
Yeah.
You notice what everybody wants? Everybody just wants to have fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Like what you mentioned just now, like she wasn't having fun anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem, right? Like, I think it's the responsibility, I feel, like if I were to run a company, if I were to run a big, I think it's easier to do this if you're running a huge organization.
Yes.
I would employ an individual just for the fun part. So this person is going to be my company's minister of fun. And his job or her job is to make sure that everybody in the company has a little fun each day.
Yeah,
Because the moment people start finding it like just
mundane.
mundane, just the regular routine every day, that's when they'll start to burn out.
Yeah.
Especially if they're being made to work extra hard and all that, right? But
Yeah.
if it's a priority that everybody can have a little bit of a like light time, a little fun, I think it will make things much more bearable.
Yeah.
I think you can call it a chief fun officer.
Chief Fun Officer,
there you go.
CFO. There you go.
There you go. Because let's not forget, it's up to us, right, to make our day fun,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
right?
That's true.
If
Yeah.
not, if you're someone who doesn't know how to have fun, doesn't know how to balance things out, you just want to work, then you're gonna burn out.
But companies are already hiring people like your transformation officers and stuff like that,
yeah.
where they come into spaces and they make sure that employees get a little bit of fun, a little bit of rest, a little bit of wellness. They get access to food and areas where they can go for quiet time. So that's almost like on the journey to getting employees to love what they do a little bit more, right?
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest reasons why people get tired and burnt out and sick of their jobs are bosses. Sometimes you got to stick in a mud boss, someone who's stressing you out. And I think the chief fun officer should be focusing his effort on making the boss a bit more chill. Sometimes the bosses are just so stressed out.
Yes, the chief fun officer, is responsible
For everyone.
For everyone.
And I also feel
Especially
that
the bosses.
people are not getting the jobs that they even like.
Oh, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like, I know that a lot of people need to work, and that's why they take anything they can get.
Yeah.
For the salary. But I also feel that there are some people that are able to maybe aim for the stuff that they really, really like.
Yeah, I mean
They want to be there,
that's an ideal state.
Yeah.
So
Is it really hard?
And I'm of two minds about it, honestly. Some people say that you must find a job that you love. I always say that you love the job that you find.
It's easy for us to sit here because all of us love our jobs.
Yeah, but it's if you have a job that pays well, everything's okay. Just it's not as fun, or not as fun as you look at the other people. Like for instance, and other people's jobs sometimes look more fun than they are
from the outside.
Like travel bloggers.
Yeah.
You were telling me the last time.
Yeah.
It's not fun when you have to do it professionally.
No, because you're not really on a holiday.
You're not enjoying it,
No.
right? Half the time you're thinking, and how many takes, and you look at something fun and nice, and you go, oh shucks, how do I document this?
Yeah, it's not as fun as they
Let's
think.
go back
Yeah.
on air. Traffic update one more time.
92 traffic.
On West Coast Highway towards the city after Clementi Road, look out for a broken down vehicle. Also on the TPE towards the PIE after the Pongal Road exit, avoid lane 5. A vehicle's broken down. Another situation on the TPE also towards the PIE, but this time before the PIE exit, avoid lane 2. An accident has been reported. If you spot anything else, it's 8855
Good morning and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is Adrian Choo, CEO and founder at Career Agility International. And tell us a little bit more about what's coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Adrian.
So on April 19th, we're having a Mid-Career Magic workshop. It's a full-day workshop over at SPH Auditorium here. And we're going to talk about how to achieve career longevity, especially if you're in your late 30s or early 40s and wondering, is there going to be a job for me when I'm 50? How do I pivot into new roles? How do I, what's this thing about the portfolio career? And we are going to have a panel of speakers who's going to come up. And one of our speakers is Mr. Frank Koo. And he used to be the MD for LinkedIn, Asia Pacific. And he successfully pivoted into a professional business coaching role where he's giving public speaking, corporate training, and individualized business coaching. So he's one of the people who's going to be there to share his experiences with everybody on how you can monetize your corporate experience and have fun while you're doing it. So, so it's going to be great. We're going to have great panelists there. We're going to have food. It's a full day event.
Nice. So if you want to find out more, you can go to careeragility.org/kiss92 and sign up.
Yes.
All right. You should do it. I think it's going to be very beneficial.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Or you can just WhatsApp us at 88380557. Or you can just reach out to me on LinkedIn or on Facebook. So lots of fun things going to happen. We had one last year where we did the full day workshop that was extremely fun and was very well subscribed, and everybody learned a lot of things.
And I think people have many questions. So it'll be the perfect time to ask you and your panelists questions as well.
And Yen will be there as well?
Of course.
Yen will be there as well.
Of course.
Okay, amazing.
So she's my separate at birth twin.
Separated at birth twin.
Yes.
Okay, so make sure you register like right now, okay? careeragility.org/kiss92.
Kiss 92 FM.
Kiss 92 FM.
Okay.
that's right.
All right, up next, Chapel Roan, The Giver on Kiss 92.
This is brand new. Here's a tune.
So Mall is asking on our Facebook, she says, are sabbaticals now called micro-retirements? Is that the same thing, or is that just a Gen Z thing?
I have.
That is her legitimate question.
I have fantasies of micro retirements every Friday afternoon.
What is it? What is a micro-retirement?
Yes, let's talk
exactly?
about that.
Yeah, it sounds lovely.
It sounds lovely, right?
Yeah.
It's just a career break, I think.
So it's a
career
sabbatical.
break. Yeah, it's a sabbatical, a
Okay.
career break. I don't know.
Sounds so much better than sabbatical.
But how dare someone at say 25 say I want to go for micro-retirement? I mean,
Why not?
I feel like the word retirement is something that you earn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know,
After
right?
years and decades of working, you're like, I'm finally retiring.
Yeah.
No lah.
But then to do so at 25, you're like, I'm going on a micro-retirement. You're like, really? How long have you been in the
Quite
industry?
cute though.
It's cute. I
I-
like the name.
I don't judge
I
them.
like that. Okay.
You're very judgy.
No, I'm not.
You are. It's like, I'm this age
You
right
have
now.
to earn
I've
it.
earned it.
I
No.
feel you have to earn
It's like,
it.
young lady, how dare you?
Yeah. How dare
Retirement.
you?
So
Donna, that's very auntie, you know.
Oh, okay, I won't. Okay. I definitely don't want to be
I
auntie.
was once at this training session, and this young lady said that I want to retire at 32. And I said, how old are you? She says, I'm 27. I said, well, you got 5 more years to figure out how you're going to retire.
And what did she say?
I'm going to find a rich man and marry.
Fair enough. Fair
I said,
enough.
well, everyone has a retirement strategy,
Yes.
so good luck to you.
Yes, and some women do get what they want, and men as well.
You know why I'm not judging the young ones?
Yeah, tell me.
Maybe my next girlfriend will be 25
This
years
is
old.
true as well. Yes. Be a Justin, not Justin Bieber. Who's that? Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh,
no one above 26.
Why not?
Yeah, we don't judge.
Don't
As I
judge.
roll my eyes.
Yeah. Okay, moving on.
I always like it when people say, I don't judge, but we all
And then
quietly
in the back,
are.
you're
It's
like, everything's like,
"Hmm."
did you hear what he said?
Did you see who he's going out with?
Oh my gosh.
But
Could
we
be
don't
his
judge.
daughter.
Yeah, but we don't judge. Yeah, it's so fun. So I think, but micro retirements are fun things to explore. But once again, like what you mentioned, you have to have the freedom fund. And that's why for me, I'm always a very big proponent of saving as much as you can. Earn as much as you can, save as much as you can.
But where does the fun come in saving?
I know.
You know what I mean? Like people want to buy things. People want to buy things to make their life more comfortable.
No, but honestly, they're stupid things to buy.
That's true as
They're
well.
not stupid things. Like my biggest stupid things that I buy are not big ticket items, are small stupid little items on Shopee.
That you
Yes.
forget that you've
Like
bought, right?
I just bought 2 potato peelers for like $2.50, and my wife was asking, "Why do you need 2?" I said, "I don't know, because it's so
Because
cheap."
it was a deal.
It was a deal.
You wait. You let me know how long those potato peelers last.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
bought 6 bath towels just recently because you know what? I love the colors. There was an orange one.
Oh, okay.
6.
A couple. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Because there were
Me-
6
me
colors.
guys.
That one for every day of the week. There you go.
No, and I
Until
already
you-
have like 20 towels already.
Oh, okay. Of course you do.
That's the thing.
course you do.
Regift Christmas.
As long as you haven't used them.
I'm like, these are better quality towels. You know
Then
how
chuck
bath
the other
towels
ones
are?
away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Use them as rags.
Yes, as well.
But
Yep.
talking about savings, one thing I always believe in is that you can actually save on little things. For instance, like if you have a gym membership and you're not using the gym membership.
Oh my
Get
god.
rid of
Stop
it.
talking about me.
Do
You know, I
have a
signed up
gym
for
membership?
Oh my
You
god,
still
I
have
signed up
it?
You still have that, right?
You know what? That's it. It's coming to an end already. 2 years. I only went to the gym twice.
You are the perfect customer for them.
Yeah.
No more. Now I'm wise now.
Okay.
I won't do that again.
You better make sure it ends after 2 years. After that, it's like auto renew.
I always feel like I need to be a member of a gym, you know? So I always make sure I have a gym membership. But then I don't go.
Yes, exactly.
Then I get my
It doesn't
PT
make
to come
sense.
over to my condo
Yeah, that
gym,
was the
Condo
point.
which
has a
makes
gym.
perfect sense,
Yeah,
right?
And,
Yeah.
and your condo has a gym.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
A pretty good gym. So the big question is the big question is like why do I
did
need
you
to
sign
go?
up? Yeah.
Yeah. So and also for me, I don't go to those coffee places which serve like $7-8 coffee.
Yeah.
I go to the local coffee places
shop,
because
yeah.
for me it's still a caffeine shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, for me it's a difference. So I spoke to this guy, and he tells me he drinks 3 cups of coffee a day
Okay.
from the expensive coffee places.
Yeah.
And at $7, it's 20
That's like
bucks a
20
day.
bucks a day, yeah.
1 week, you know,
Yeah.
it's like 200.
Like $100
it's
a week,
almost-
yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. So if you're looking at 20 bucks a day, and you know 1 week it's about $100 a week.
Yeah. You're
It's
looking at
$400
$400 a month. Yeah.
and if you extrapolate, it's close to $5,000 a year.
Yeah.
Which you could just go on a short
A
vacation.
holiday,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
To Bali or something like that. With your partner.
But I
Actually,
feel
that's crazy. $7 a cup.
yeah, you go to your barista type style places that are in town and all that. There's so many.
Have I
right?
been paying that much?
Yeah. See, because you see, this is the problem with digital paying. Nobody
Yes.
actually looks at the bill anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like for me as well, I go to the supermarket. I don't actually look at the cash register.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just like pay through the app, whatever it is.
whatever.
You know, fair price. You pay through the app. I don't actually see the bill, so I don't know how much I'm paying.
And
after
the bill
that.
is gyro,
receipt.
you
Do you want the
don't see
receipt?
it.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
exactly.
Keep the receipt. You know.
Yeah, it's true. Huh?
Yeah. So I think we got to be more wary. I mean, it's not a matter of affordability. It's a matter of being stupid with your money.
Yeah.
You know, because why not save when you have the ability to save and know how much you're spending? So, okay, so the next, like if you're going to go buy lunch, if you're going to go buy breakfast, you're going to buy coffee right now, look at how much you're paying. At least know that.
Yeah. And
know?
I think
Timely reminder.
Yeah.
But seriously, for me, unless my client is paying coffee for me, I'm not gonna splurge out $8 for a.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a lot.
It is a lot. It's about $8.
Especially if you're saying, you know, this client of yours is having
Every day.
this expensive coffee 3 times a day. So yeah,
And he's
That's
not
an,
alone, I'm sure.
that's rather, you know, extravagant.
And,
Yeah.
and for me, I'm happy with the 3-in-1s. Like your kopi which you bring in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does
I'm
a
having
flavor.
instant coffee now.
That is awesome, you know.
No, well, I do my Nespresso.
Your
And if you
Nespresso's-
think about it,
the caramel one smells wonderful. Every morning I'm.
each pod is like $1.20.
Yes.
And that's how much I'm spending. Okay, a
Right.
little bit of milk in there, maybe $1.50.
Yeah.
Because I buy
Right.
in bulk, right?
Yeah.
So I'm making my own coffee.
As mine is cheaper than.
Yeah, of
I think
course. I
this
mean,
is probably
yours is
like,
like
20
few
cents.
cents, a few cents.
50 cents,
And it
maybe.
Yeah.
tastes just as good, if not better sometimes.
I put 3 teaspoons of instant coffee.
Oh, that-
and he
And
drinks it
it's
black.
great.
I don't like it black.
Yeah, black. I
Yeah.
need to drink it black.
Oh wow, yeah, and I think it's compared to an $8 cup. I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous.
So there are many ways to create or to bulk up that freedom fund.
Yes, correct.
Lots of
And-
ways,
And,
yeah.
and it entails a lot of discipline. I think if you do an audit on the silly things that you spend on,
Oh my gosh.
but for me, I don't. Luckily, I don't spend that much on potato peelers.
I I think it's this digital payment thing that's making us spend more. I
Yes,
really feel so,
without-
and the
without knowing,
apps as
right?
well,
Yes, yeah.
and the apps as well.
I just
'Cause-
want to say that now that I'm single, I'm richer.
yes, that will happen as well.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
Why?
because he used to spend so much on his wife, right?
Exactly.
I mean, and it used to
I
be-
mean, wouldn't you be richer if you were single, Adrian?
It's the kids are expensive.
Okay.
Kids are expensive. Heard that, kids?
No, but then if you balance it out, you're going
No.
out, having drinks, having food, and
But
then,
I mean,
you
in
know,
general, like
general,
obviously,
yeah.
I mean, if you want, when we were growing up, my mom used to say, "You want a girlfriend? Okay, go out there, get an extra job."
this is true.
She's right.
This is true.
Now, I was imagine that if you're single, you'll be spending more on dating and drinking. And,
Yes.
Not necessarily. It depends.
Once you start dating again, yeah, you're gonna have to woo.
Like, no, I mean, for me, I think at this stage of my life, right, I kind of know what I want. So,
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
It's,
Makes
it's
things
different.
easier.
Like when you're younger, you're out there looking for that perfect person, right? Then
that never exists. Yeah, so what perfect person?
there's someone out there for everyone.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the West Coast Highway towards the city after Clementi Road, look out for a broken down vehicle. On the PIE towards Tuas, an accident before Toguan Road's exit, causing a backup all the way to BKE. Avoid lane 2. And finally, on the TPE towards the PIE, another accident has been reported before the exit to the PIE. Avoid lane 2. Wherever you are this morning, stay safe.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for today is Adrian Choo from Career Agility International. If you want to get in touch with Adrian, you can do so at careeragility.org slash...
Kiss 92 FM, that's where you can sign up.
That's where you can sign up. Hey, what is it again? Career
Info.
Agility.
Info.
Info at careeragility.org.
That's
Yes,
right.
that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and today we're talking about spending money. No.
Spending money, saving money.
Saving money and pivoting.
You're right. You're right. One of the best things that a lot of times people are afraid to do a mid-career switch or pivot because they are worried about the financial impact.
Yeah.
And they should be worried.
And they should be worried. Yeah, things are not cheap now in Singapore, and can you go 6 months without, if you try to pivot and something goes wrong?
Yeah.
So what you mentioned about having your freedom fund, something to fall back on, I think that gives you a lot of confidence to not only take the risk of making a mid-career switch, but sometimes if your boss gives you a tough time, and you know that I'm not beholden to this job because I actually have enough money right now to last me 2 years.
Oh, then great.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you give me a tough time, never mind. I'm not so desperate that I have to cling on to this job. So bring it on, just tell your
Yeah.
boss to stick it, So
Come from a position of
strength, right?
Strength, yeah.
correct. So we always believe that having your career strategy is one thing, but having your financial strategy in play is also very important. And the only way to build up your freedom fund is
To save.
or to have a rich relative who's just passed on it.
or delete all your shopping apps from your phone. Really? Because that's
that's
the culprit. I mean, how many
Self-control.
So delete the apps. Do you really need them?
What? You
No,
don't,
not you. I'm saying in general.
yeah,
Do
yeah.
people really need them? If you
As in
need
those
something,
shopping apps,
But
shopping
where am I-
apps.
But where
Yeah.
am I going to get my potato peeler?
Go and walk to the shop and buy it and pay with cash.
But
My
that's
goodness,
another
have
thing,
you
right?
forgotten?
So many people are like unhappy in certain areas of their lives, like
Yeah.
at work or at home or whatever. Just buying something
Yeah, just-
makes them feel good.
Really?
You know what? Yeah.
Retail therapy
Yes.
with their thumbs.
I mean, maybe you're not aware of it, but every time you purchase something, let's say it's because,
Dopamine.
yeah, you just want to, it just makes you feel good, right?
Yeah,
A small
yeah.
item.
no, I
or a
agree.
big
I agree.
item.
Yeah. But
That's why shopping is so addictive.
that's why I feel. Yeah, that's why I think it's a problem for a lot of people because they're just like constantly
Yeah,
on,
it
and
builds
it's
up.
so easy. Press add to cart,
Yeah.
add to cart, buy now.
If you're buying small stuff, it's okay. But if you're buying like golf stuff, then
We're not talking about anyone
Then
here.
you've got to get an extra space.
or even paddle.
Okay.
Stuff.
All right. Adrian, thank you so much for joining us today.
always a pleasure. And for those of you who are thinking of doing mid-career switches, if you have any questions, just email me info@careeragility.org.
The countdown has begun, 19th of April.
19th of April, it's careeragility.org/Kiss92FM. Sign up now. It's going to be a full day of mid-career magic.
All right, Adrian, have a wonderful day ahead.
Happy long weekend,
Happy
everyone.
long weekend.
Bruno Mars is next. That's what I like on Kiss 92.